This is Free Talk Live. It's the live Saturday edition of the program. You can dial in toll-free and bring up whatever you would like. 800-259-9231. Though calls for Adam Kokesh will be given priority at the moment because he's with us to talk about his arrest today in Washington, D.C., along with about a half a dozen people arrested for dancing at the Jefferson Memorial.
Criminals.
Adam was thrown to the ground by a man wearing blue striped track pants, which is a symbol of it's their gang symbol. They wear their gang symbol, and they also have symbols that they place on their vehicles, their personal vehicles and such. You may notice it as you're driving around. Maybe you've seen them before and didn't know what they were. It's usually a little black flag-looking thing with a blue stripe running through it. That's the thin blue line symbol. It's a gang symbol, and it indicates to fellow gang members that the vehicle that is a vehicle owned by, perhaps operated by, a fellow gang member.
It's essentially a symbol that says, "Don't give this a ticket."
Right. So it doesn't always work these days, though. So if you try to get one for yourself, it's not going to guarantee you anything. But nonetheless, these men took these folks down. They arrested them, and then we've heard rumors. But Adam Kokesh is with us here from AdamVersusTheMan.com. That's his television show on RT every single night during the week at 7 o'clock Eastern. Adam, what was the charge in this case?
Well, it was dancing in a restricted area, and that's really absurd because the video provides absolutely clear evidence that I can't dance. But
that's
if you
the charge is?
Qualify that as dancing, maybe I deserve the body slam.
Dancing in a restricted area. That's seriously what the wording of the charge is?
Yeah.
Incredible. And now, is this like a violation? Is this a misdemeanor? How does that work?
I don't know. I haven't even bothered to look at the piece of paper yet, except to see that it says dancing in a restricted area, and that the court date is to be determined. So I have to wait for a phone call at this point.
Laughable.
Yeah.
So are you planning on?
They were repeatedly threatening for all sorts of stuff. Well, for all of us really, to say we're going to hold you to arraignment on Tuesday because it's Memorial Day weekend. We've been in jail for 3 days. And, meanwhile, they're getting bombarded with phone calls from people supporting us, and I think it has a huge effect. So I really want to, again, say thank you to our friends who made that happen.
Yeah, the Liberty Activism network out there, it just keeps getting better as people are getting better networked, like with Facebook and such and other tools.
Absolutely.
So another question I had for you about this, and we'll get to some folks that want to talk to you here on the phones at 800-259-9231, is I don't know a lot about Washington, D.C. Like here in New Hampshire, if you don't pay the fine, whatever they hit you, when they hit you with some nonsense charge, they always find you guilty. Most often of the time will find you guilty and then expect you to pay them. But lots of activists up here just don't pay. Some of them will just go to jail for however many days, because here it's $50 a day. Whatever the fine is how long you have to stay in jail. How does it work in D.C.? What if they say, we want $300 from you? You tell them you're not going to pay it. What happens?
Well, for a lot of, actually, I don't know the answer to that question. I'm really not an expert on that. I mean, I've been arrested several times in the areas and what we got today was some form of what they call cite and relief, I guess. But normally, cite and release means that you have to pay a $50 fine up front, and you pay $50. And if you have it on you, great. If you don't have it on you, and you get maybe one phone call to have someone bring it in, or someone else who's in jail can give it to you. I mean, it's a really screwy, petty extortion system that, we're going to arrest you for being at this protest and charge you $50 to get out. It's like an excuse for them to take you away from the protest area. I mean, this is why protests aren't able to really do what they've been doing in the Middle East, say, because this is how they get shut down. This is how they get diffused. This is how they're able to forcibly remove people. Are
you planning on paying the fine?
Well, we don't have a fine yet. That's the thing. All we have is this ticket that says, this is really funny. We went through the whole process today, and then they let me out. They let me out the door, and they said, you can wait here for your friends or take off. And then 5 minutes later, this guy comes rushing out the door going, hey, wait, we forgot to get you to sign this thing.
Oh, jeez.
And I realized as soon as he went back in, I was like, wait a second, they didn't have me sign a paper.
This is one of the big reasons why activists really should take things to trial instead of taking plea bargains, for instance, because the cops frequently just botch it up, and they screw all
the incompetence.
Yeah,
was just
I'm sorry, man. Let's go quickly to Kevin. He's in Maryland. He's got a question for you. Kevin, listening to WGMD, you're on with Adam Kokesh from
I'm the one that borrowed them. Dude.
Kevin?
Hey, it's me, Kevin. Hi.
What's on your mind tonight?
Yeah, I mean, this is what you get when You have Obama running the White House. I mean,
No,
it's
I'm sorry, dude. You get this.
liberal agenda.
Go ahead, Adam.
No, that's.
I mean, this
That's
is
not it.
socialism,
I mean,
man.
Thanks, Kevin, for the call. Appreciate it. Go ahead, Adam.
I mean, Obama certainly deserves responsibility for this, absolutely. But credit, no. I mean, this is something much deeper and systemic than Obama. Obama is a puppet. He's a power broker. It's not that he has got a single sponsor, but no, was he responsible for this? No. The American people who tolerate this as a standard for behavior with police officers are responsible for this. The fact that every time this happens in every small town in America, there isn't a demand that these police officers get fired. That in Texas, where that cop at the school district shot a 14-year-old in a backyard shed, or as he was coming out of a backyard shed for punching another kid, that man is on a desk and still getting paid. And in America, in the police force, I got to tell you, it's the bad apples that give the other 5% a bad name. And it's that 95% that defend the really mess up ones. They're just as bad. They're just as guilty. And it's the entire system of justice or injustice that we have in this country that makes this possible. And it's our tax dollars that pay for it. And the fact that Americans don't stand up at every opportunity they get. But if I may, one last thing, we are in this. And there are a lot of people who are getting behind the event that we're declaring for next Saturday, June 4th, the 22nd anniversary of Tiananmen Square.
It's going to be epic.
Right back at the Jefferson Memorial.
Wow, perfect timing, too, by the way.
I think it's important to point out that during the Bush administration, there were free speech zones. This is nothing new. I know you want to vilify Obama. I don't like him either. But this isn't just Obama.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the Washington, D.C. police, and they are just kind of showing the rest of everybody that this is what policing is about today. It's about them owning you and telling you that whatever they want you to do. Hey, quick question, Adam. You're coming to the Porcupine Freedom Festival, right?
Yes, I'll be there for the second weekend. We're coming up. We're driving through the night after our show Thursday. But I just got to say, my producer, Dustin, who will be with me then, we're also bringing Jake, Negative Neocon Nancy, with us, Diliberto, and a couple other friends, and my dog Baloo. We're going to be out there Thursday night, but Friday morning effectively, and we'll be there through the weekend, the second weekend, and I'm really looking forward to roasting Stefan Molyneux with everybody. But,
that should be a lot of fun.
The full video is up on our website. It's linked there, AdamVersusTheMan.com. You can see the raw footage of this video that's blown up. You don't have to try to find it on YouTube or anywhere else. It's there, and you can subscribe to the channel. There's one interesting twist about this. I don't know if you guys saw my interview with Eric Holder, impromptu street interview that got broken up by a member of
You're going to have
Park
to spit
Police.
it out in like 20 seconds, man.
It was the same officer that body slammed me today. Go back and look at the
gosh. Incredible. Yeah. Wow. So AdamVersusTheMan.com. People can go. They can see your show. It's as I said before, it's nightly over at RT and online, of course, as well, over at AdamVersusTheMan.com. Dude, thanks for taking time out of your night tonight to talk to us.
Sure.
I know I don't think you've even eaten yet.
No, well, I've eaten, but I'm hungry again. I eat a lot.
All right, very good. Well, enjoy the food, and glad you're out and not sitting in one of their cages.
That was my biggest concern is I'd be starving on a regular prison diet.
Thanks for the call, dude. Appreciate it. We'll see you at the Porcupine Freedom Festival here in a few weeks. And maybe we'll hear more from you next week after the next event, which is happening this coming Saturday. Very exciting. More coming up here. 800-259-9231. I really hope they can double or triple their numbers this next time. More coming up. You take control. 800-259-9231. This is Free Talk Live.